Hello everyone, Ace here, and today we are back with another Ace Impressions, this time having a look at OpenSA, which just had a recent pre-alpha build released on ModDB. OpenSA is basically a mod of OpenRA, which the creator essentially is remaking the original Swarm Assault. Now, for those who are not aware, Swarm Assault was actually a solid little indie game from the early 2000s, a really fun little RTS if you're into it. And I typically am into RTS games, so definitely one worth picking up. Unfortunately, the only way to acquire it digitally these days is on abandonware sites, as the storefront that it used to be on no longer houses it for some reason. You can at least find the sequel, Swarm Rampage, on Amazon.com if you're interested in that for digital download. Anyways, I should mention that this version, OpenSA, does actually have a few new features that are not in the original game, such as a multiplayer mode, which, again, was not in the original Swarm Assault. Neither was a properly dedicated skirmish mode. Originally, you'd have to create a map and just do a custom game that way, so you could kind of do skirmish, but not really. It's its own weird thing. Now, one thing I should mention is that because this is a pre-alpha, you're only having the first 30 levels or so, whereas the original Swarm Assault, of course, had 100 levels. Although, nothing really too new there. Anyways, we'll actually just get into this. We can pick our starting colony. I think for this one, we'll go with the Beetles. And we could change the map if we want to. We do have a few choices preset, but we'll just do this one. Anyways, let's go ahead and I'll spawn at A, and we should be good to go. Alright. Now, with this one, I should mention that typically there are some changes. Oh, for a start, Fog of War is on default when Fog of War and was not a thing in the original Swarm Assault. Also, the map was already fully explored, so those are both features that are new to this, although you can turn them off if you want to. In addition, you'll notice there's no resource gathering in this. The way it works is if your colonies are building units, they are not regenerating health. But if they aren't building units, they are regenerating health. And you, of course, capture more colonies to generate more units. Now, one feature that kind of bugs me with this game, no pun intended, is the fact that you have to queue it up to infinite like that, apparently. The original game, you did not. It automatically just produced an infinite number of units of whatever type you wanted. Each colony, by the way, only produces 3 types of units. Although we do have, by the way, neutral factions as well in this game, which is denoted by the gray color here, as well as pirate factions. Pirates are black in their color. Although they don't actually produce stuff when they capture these colonies. In fact, I think with the colonies, they just make them go gray again. But anyways. But we need to start taking some colonies here, so we'll take out this wasp colony here. There's another wasp colony, I think, over there. Well, actually, wait, that might be a spider colony. But if we capture this, we'll be able to build new units from it, and that'll be pretty useful for us. Like I said, there's neutral units. Although this is a pre-alpha, so not everything is where it needs to be quite yet. But it is showing very, very real promise. The AI is... The fact that the... Okay, so I'll actually show you how to capture colonies here, and that's actually going to be really useful. So the way it works is your bugs will start collecting the nectar here, and or whatever this is supposed to be, and once you get enough of it, so long as you get the majority, it becomes yours. Sometimes the game bugs out, and sometimes the game bugs out and does not want to give you access to your brand new colony, which is unfortunate. Although this doesn't seem to be are. We'll get these cannon guys moving. Sometimes you have to wait until it notices, hey, you've got that colony that'll let you actually do something with it. But until then, let's go ahead and attack this wasp colony over here as well. So yeah, that is a bug. Unfortunately, like I said, this is a pre-alpha. It looks like I've got enough of these cannon beetles that I should be able to hopefully steamroll a little bit. Unfortunately, we've gotten this thing, the popcorn plant. One of the, neutral plants like this will pop up all over the place as well, and you have to take them out. Again, from the original game. One weakness, by the way, with this game has that the original... One thing about this game that isn't in it also as well is the fact that the original, you had the ability to, or the units would randomly move on their own. Don't really quite get that here. Okay, so we did lose one of these. This is a good example, though, of why you do want these cannon beetles, because they can actually outrange these colony defenses. I still don't know why I'm not able to actually recruit anything out of that yet. Maybe there's something I am not doing quite right. But like I said, I think this is a bug that is just hasn't been fixed yet, and is understandable given that the game is once again in an early alpha state. As you can tell, though, the Lost Colony is defending itself from... Okay. So now what? We got another colony. This one is actually going to let us produce stuff right away, which is awesome. And that should give us access to maybe the other one as well. Yes. Sometimes it just takes getting more colonies like that. Like I said, a bug, but a bug that can be worked with for now. So yeah, in my opinion, this might actually be a superior version to the original because it is going to be having more features. One of the things, by the way, I was going to mention that is in the original and isn't in this is the fact that the bugs will actually move on their own. They'll just do some random movements on their own. Makes sense a little bit because they are, of course, bugs and not highly trained military personnel or anything like that, so fine. Let's go ahead and see what else we can find. Looks like an ant colony. By the way, there are 5 different types of colonies in the game. They are beetle, wasp, ant, spider, and scorpion. And they all, as you could probably tell, offer up their own unique units and playstyles. Well, I haven't shown you much of the... That said, there are a few weaknesses to the original Swarm Assault when it comes to this. For a start, some of these units are... or some of the colonies are not that good. Ant colonies, for example, are pretty high up there in that regard, as... Oh, pirates. Destroy that, destroy that. The good news with the Wasp is, even though these higher end units don't have much range, they do at least have the high DPS to kind of get away with attacking enemy colonies like that. Typically you'll want either a beetle colony or a spider colony, maybe a ant colony as well, but alright, solid. Okay, so the ant colony is also not cooperating. It's fine. We'll see what else we can find. More pirates. That looks like that's a spider colony. Spiders are actually pretty useful as well because they might not do that much. Colony might be easier to overrun than some of the others. At least when you're dealing with a lot of units, but they also have, or they tend to have pretty good... Alright, so we got ourselves... They tend to have pretty long-range units. The big advantage, by the way, of the ant colony is that their units get produced really quickly. Unfortunately, they have the weakest range, aside from the wasp colonies, and they don't have the ability to just reach the enemy positions as quickly as the wasp units, so they're not as effective individually, so they have to kind of rely on the swarm for that reason. And the bazooka, which is the high-end one for the bazooka, which is the high-end ant unit, is just not that good as well because of the short range that it has in comparison to other high-end units, at least. We do have more pirate factions, apparently. That sounds like it is. It is a scorpion colony. Scorpions are really the high-end units to an extent. They're the exact opposite of ants. They do have actually 2 really good long-range units. To be fair, the spiders also have 2 good long-range units. In fact, the spiders are all about long-range. Speaking of which, I can now get spider units. So I will start getting myself some missiles. But it's still bugged out, so I can't really get any scorpions right yet. Okay, unfortunate. But as you can see, the number of grenadier ants I've got there is insane, so I should hopefully be able to just... There we go. And there's also some new enemy types too. Oh god. Yeah, there are some, by the way, melee units in this game. The spiders have such melee units in the form of their Black Widows. Actually, let's fall back, see if I can actually... Nope, not yet. Okay. I think, though, I've got the range now to just... I've got the units I need to just take out what's left there. I kind of do want to show you the scorpion colony real quick, so I will do that. They also have a lot of sniper spiders, so that's a problem. We're losing a lot of bugs trying to take that out. But I do think we are going to outdo it eventually. That is a lot of missiles they're throwing my way too. Oh, bazookas. Yeah, like I said, the game does have a fair share of bugs, unfortunately. But it is showing promise, in my opinion. It is showing some really good promise here. If only I could get a proper scorpion colony going. Well, it does look like enough damage has been done to at least put them near the end of their life there, so all we have to do is just deal with that. There we go. I think we've got the numbers now this time to pull it off. Alright, so that's another colony down. It's interesting that they also, by the way, the colonies end up getting back to half health, which in the original game they would also, of course, end up at the bare minimum, which would make it easy to constantly recapture these things. But we kind of got these guys on the run for now, so they're kind of in a bad spot where they... Because they're losing spiders every single time this happens. There we are. And they're just not going to be able to keep surviving, so... There we go. Alright, so if we can just capture what's left of this colony and take out this dude. Alright, now, it'll probably go pink again. Yep. Which is unfortunate, but we now pretty much have it. Oh, we got it now. I can finally start getting this type of... There we are. Alright, so I got it to finally start acknowledging. But yeah, the N tier unit for that particular brand, for the... Could be because I captured this too. Alright, so yeah, we end up getting, as one of our units, for the scorpions, for example, ninja scorpions that shoot shurikens at stuff. And that's that is their N-tier long-range unit, one of the two. The mid-tier being the spear gun, which also is a long-range weapon. Now, to be fair, the scorpions aren't... In this game, could use a little bit of work in my opinion, because they aren't as effective as, say... They don't have the range quite of, say, the cannon beetles. Which is why I went with the beetles in this map. And it looks like there's another scorpion position over there I can capture. So I will do that. But I think these guys should have the range to take out another scorpion colony, so that's good. Oop. Colony is right over there, so let's fall back, and instead... There we go. Let's see if we can actually see the darn thing. There it is. Okay, so lesson learned. The harpoon outranges the ninja, apparently. Go ahead and just get ourselves some more harpoons. Which also take a little while, but they're pretty effective as well, so... You know what? Let's actually just swarm them with our newly minted army here. Which, despite only having one ant colony, is still mostly ants. Well, yeah, that looks like it's going to be in our favor. They even took out one of the bomber. They even took out one of the bombers there, which is nice. Alright, so we'll try out some of these harpoon units. They should have the range. I'm guessing there's another colony or something way over here. Probably. Unless, what I think might be going on is there might be another colony around here or something as well, and there's something going on with that. Let's see where... Okay. I mean, the fact that we're still playing suggests there's at least one colony left. And there it is. Okay, these guys should have the range to deal with that. Cool. Oop. Yep, the harpoons are definitely the way to go with when it comes to dealing with actual colonies. But they don't seem to be that effective against enemy units. I mean, they're doing pretty decent against these bazookas, sure, but the bazooka is a much quicker unit to build, I think. Those are enemy spiders over there. And that suggests that there's... No, not well, maybe enemy spiders, but that's definitely another colony. Alright, we are in a position now where we can go ahead, move forward, take that. Apparently, there's still some... There we go. I do like the fact that the AI is still, in this case, smart enough to actually go for the nectar, though. Which is not... There it is. Yep, that's the end of the game. Alright. Now, this is how it would normally look, I should mention. Apparently we had a lot more spiders over here, too, that I didn't even notice. Alright, so this will go ahead and just leave. But yeah. In my opinion, this game is really shaping up to be something interesting. And I'm going to be curious to see if where this goes from here, because, like I said, it is still an early alpha. As you can tell, there's still some stuff to be done. All you have to do to get the original experience, basically, is that. But it is showing very real promise, in my opinion. And we can even change up the game speed if we wanted. Alright, well anyways, so this has been Ace. Hope to see you guys again soon. Take care. Ace out.